What?
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 I say.
You say? What do you say?
I say I'm working on this thing.
Yeah, you are working on that thing. Looks like a... I don't know what it looks like. It's not a turntable.
Oh, are you kidding me?
What's wrong with your ear? You got an earache? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I know it has been a day or two since we've been on here. Hopefully you've been getting the...
Stories.
Thank you. Hopefully you're getting the story updates we've been putting up.
Let me know if you like the stories.
Yes, let us know if you like the stories.
Because...
What's up, Danny?
Fighting over here.
We are fighting about it. But we've been really busy. We were working late and trying to get this car done that you guys saw. We were up against the wall on that one, so we didn't have time to come on. Yeah. For those of you guys at home, these are Focal K2s.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's them. These are getting ready to go into this CHR. We're actually pulling out old speakers that he had and putting new speakers in, which kind of poses a problem. Would you agree?
Yes, of course.
Not a problem, a challenge.
I mean, yeah.
You know what we should do, though? Is we should take 500 pictures of them, narrow it down to the top 50, and then we'll post 50 pictures of it. And I'll have to see if I can get a... Oh, hey, Arturo, what's going on? Yeah, hey, wire porn.
Wire porn.
Anyways, you know, taking out an old speaker and replacing it with a newer speaker can sometimes be a challenge, especially when you look at like this. This had older speakers mounted up on the dash like this, and they were big, and so like that looks like the Focal, right? That's just no big deal. Put those in, all good to go. And then he has a set in his rear door because he's active front and rear, so there's a set already in there of other speakers. Now, here's where the fun comes in, because a lot of people, you know, would you agree, Fernando, unless fabrication-wise...
No, I don't agree.
Fabrication-wise, it's always like, let me see the fancy this or the fancy this and that and this. Anyways, so Focal actually comes with this trim ring, which is small and elegant and made out of metal.
I mean, at the end of the day, I just fabricate this. This to what?
Yeah, anyways. So this would fall through the hole that was in that car. So this is the original tweeter we had. This is an Alpine tweeter. And, oh, let's see if I can pull the back off here. Pull the back off there for me.
It's so easy, man.
Yeah, and then twist that off. See if that'll come off. That might not come. No, just twist off. Yeah, it might not come off. Oh, it comes off. Okay, cool. So if you look closely, there's that shiny spot right there. And if you can see right that there, notch right there. There's a little notch right there. So that is a really super thin piece of acrylic. And there's two of them stacked on top of one another. And so those are spacers that we had to design to fit this speaker into this mount so that we could reuse this mount in the car. Otherwise, he'd have to buy all new pieces for the car, and that would suck. Or, you know, you'd have to do something ugly to use this, which just wouldn't look right. So we were able to take this new tweeter, take it over to the computer, which is sitting over here on top of the laser. See the big hole? Let's wake this guy up, and we'll go back to this one. And we made this piece here out of acrylic so that we could then put those big tweeters in an even bigger hole. So sometimes fabrication isn't just, oh, that was neat. Let's try that again. So sometimes fabrication, it's the little tiny things that make the biggest difference in a car. There you go. Rant over for the day. Would you agree, Fernando?
No, not at all.
Okay, so there you go.
Hey, Robert, we're glad that you make it home. And
Oh, you make it?
You make it
Oh,
home.
very cool.
Happy with the system. So
Very
that's
cool.
awesome.
Very
Saludos,
cool.
parce, saludos.
What's up, Fro? How's everybody doing? So anyways, that's what's happening in this little cool Toyota that we're working on. Today is Thursday, which means tonight we're going to be, I'll be live with Hi-Fi over on the Hi-Fi Vega network.
That's what they say.
I agree. Small details. Definitely, Arturo.
Small.
Definitely. Small details.
That's what I'm small.
That's why I keep him around. He's a small detail.
That's
yeah.
it. That's
Jesus,
it.
That's sad.
The small detail matters, guys.
A couple things to note. Saturday starts the 12 Days of Christmas.
Woohoo!
12 Days of Christmas are coming Saturday.
Let me tell you what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of stuff.
We have 12 wonderful manufacturers lined up, presents. It's going to be great. My daughter has my car today, and she said, system sounds awesome. I said, of course it does. Dean and Fernando installed it. That's right, I forgot. His daughter was taking the car today. Yeah. Well, he got 2.5 hours drive home with it, so that's pretty nice. Yeah. He probably got home about the time I got done running last night.
I would tell my daughter, no, just Uber.
Yeah, Uber.
I'm going to take the car.
Technology is awesome. Could you imagine trying to do something like that 10 years ago? Yeah, actually.
I mean, you guys did.
The thought process, we did, but the thought process wasn't there. If I was to do that using 10-year-old technology, it would have just been a whole bunch of glue. I would have just filled it full of hot glue or silicone and then just called it a day. You know, this way it's like super sexy. Even in like this.
Forgot about Velcro.
Yeah, don't forget about Velcro. Yeah, like this piece here. This was designed to hold.
Put it right here so they can see it better.
Yeah, this was designed. And it just broke.
No, it didn't. Alright, so
this,
layers.
Yeah, so this is 3 layers. This was designed to hold that Alpine level control Bluetooth nightmare in this car that we just took back out and we put in the audio control, so we have a true subwoofer level. And it's, you know, it's one of those things where it's like this took time to design this. I mean, and it's gonna go in the trash. But hey. It's what it is, man. It's what it is. But no. Can't wait for 12 days. Fernando, who's the first day?
First day.
Yeah, who's the...
How about if we do it on Friday? We announce people...
I just want you guys...
On Friday news. 9 a.m. Dean and Fernando, Car Stereo Clip. We're going to tell you who's going to be the first manufacturers is going to give away some presents for you guys. So,
man, that's like... I just want you guys to know that that's Fernando pulling the dick move and not me. I wanted to tell people. I will tell you this. I will tell you guys this. So, for those of you guys watching the show, thank you for watching the show. Always, of course, great to have you on. If you're not watching this show, that probably means you don't have Instagram, and that sucks. But we are going to make this available on all our platforms simultaneously. So we'll talk about it on Instagram. We'll talk about it on Facebook. We'll talk about it on YouTube. Every day, you'll have the opportunity to get the information somewhere.
All right. So how can you enter?
Anything we do, any competition that we run is always the same. Dean and Fernando's. What is it?
DNF.
Jesus.
Christmas at yahoo.com.
I've already forgotten.
That's good. That's when
funny.
you enter.
Yeah.
But you have to wait. So.
Well, no, they can enter right now. So you can enter right now for a chance to be selected for the Clean Wire competition at Master Tech Expo.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm telling you, you need to enter this because it's $800. I mean, yeah, I get it. You got to buy your own plane ticket. You got to pay for your hotel, but you're gonna get a system out of this. It's spectacular. And all you have to be is an awesome Clean Wire guy and just send us some pictures to dnfchristmas@yahoo.com.
Yeah.
Because, you know, hey, this is gonna be a big deal. It's the first time they're doing it. There'll only be one. There'll only be one first.
You'll be able to participate. Yep.
Hey guys, I saw the kill mat box for the Durango install. What do you think? Moving on. It's not his favorite. Let's just say that. Fancy. It's all about the layers. Yeah,
let me tell you this. It's very easy to work on. Like, it's very flexible. You can... It's just... so thin.
Yeah, it is very thin. So Arturo just got done making those panels for that Chevy. And it was funny because I was looking at him and I was like, I have those panels somewhere over there.
Yeah.
He found the hardest way to make them though.
What panel?
He was making
6x9?
I don't know. He was doing panels for the rear for all 3 locations of an older Chevy.
Okay.
You know that triangle corner panel that goes in the rear? Actually, Metra makes that now, so you don't even have to build it because you can just get it from Metra. But we've made like a dozen or so of those. But anyways, yeah, he and then the little cardboard that comes in the dash is that little weird shaped cardboard piece. Yeah. So my point exactly. What's easier today? I know, Rob. I know that's what you meant. It's. But there again, it is much easier if you have the tools. Because there's a lot of guys out there that don't have the tools. I mean, we're talking about Arturo, who is in Texas, if anyone is interested. San Antonio, Texas. Follow him on Instagram. Anyways, he was doing a lot of the stuff by hand, and he just got a laser. And, we were talking at Knowledge Fest, and I was showing him some of the stuff you could do, and I'm like, dude, like, you're an acrylic guy. You love acrylic. You're really good working with it, but you're doing it the hard way. And it's like, dang. So, yeah, it's much cooler. Because you could never make that piece that I made for this tweeter by hand. I mean, you could, but you'd be there all day, and then you'd probably break it in the end, and you'd be all pissed. Crap, I snapped it in half.
Oh, you cut your finger.
Just use rubber bands. Just wrap in a bunch of rubber bands, stick it in, pour a bunch of CA glue on it, and be done with it.
I would just put Tessa tape around it.
Ooh, Tessa tape, like 3 or 4 layers of Tessa tape. Yeah. Yeah, no, that would work.
The fun behind that.
Very cool. Very good idea. I totally like that. So that's it. That's what we got. So 12 days of Christmas starts Saturday. So make sure to tune into that. Tonight's Thursday night. So make sure to check me out over in the Hi-Fi Vega channel. We'll be, of course, live Friday morning. That is tomorrow with the news.
That is correct.
So you can find that on Dino Fernando's car stereo clips. That's it. That's all I got. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey, happenings at 5-star.
Okay.
It's just what's going on. Hit the button.
Why is it not working?
It's totally
No, it's like... No, it's working.
working. It's totally working.
Who's laughing over there?
Cocoa Puffs. That's her new nickname. We're just going to call her
Hi,
Cocoa
Natasha.
Puffs. Is that Natasha?
It's Natasha. Oh my god, dude. He just missed.
Of course they missed.
He just missed.
They suck.
I can't believe it.
I know.
Dude.
Okay, so... Hey, big surprise. We're working on a Jeep.
Nah, really?
I know. And we're going to do an Alpine ILX W650. Another surprise. And they didn't spring for the expensive, nice kit that we used. They're using the 65.
All right, so
11.
tip of the day. If you're doing an ILS...
Buy the Alpine kit from Pack Parts out of California for whatever it costs. But if,
Second tip.
If you're going to use a 6511, which is this thing here, grab yourself this cool tool here. And what you want to do is you need to remove this little corner. So here, I'll do one and I'll show you. So just start like this. Come over to this side. Alright, now you want to do this. To this side. Okay, so now what we've done is we took these 2 pieces off and we get the little plastic nubbies, bring it back over here to our razor knife, and because it's a saw like that, it's going to leave a little round edge. We don't want that, but we don't want to use a knife to do this all because you run the risk of actually messing it up. So just get in there and do that. Do it on that side, just a little V-cut. Now when you set that on there, it's gonna line up perfect.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right, so...
It's like magical. And you don't have to do anything with the holes on this one because it's...
So how many tips we did? 2?
I don't know, maybe 2.
All right, so the third one, when you do an ILX 650.
Make sure you do a software update as soon as you're done. Go over to Alpine's website and grab that. Also, Alpine comes with screws in the box. They come with 4 screws because it's a short chassis and they're falling on the floor. They are the fine threaded fine threaded screws, not the coarse screws. So they're not going to come with the kit. Although Metro does not give you screws with their kits, which I am perfectly fine with because most radios do. So what will be the point? Line it up.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Tighten the bad boy up.
Yeah, bruise it right away. Second tip, make sure you do the update.
Yeah, actually that's the first step. You downloading the update while you're building the radio.
Will you printing your own kits soon?
You know, it's funny you should say that because, like, to me, like, I always thought that would be... So here's how I envisioned 3D printers in the 12-volt world is that companies like Metro or Amp, you know, Best Kits,
Metro,
would open their own store, like an online store where you could download the kits from, and every time you go to print a kit, just like a tax form, you know, like tax guys. So like my accountant, every time he hits print, the software he uses bills him, and then I have to pay that bill, and every person he does. So I was thinking that somebody like Amp Global or Metro or iData or whoever, they would design the kits, and then you'd have the 3D printer. Someone's coming in, and you just hit print, and they charge you, you know, $35 or $25. But also, if you're at home, you know, and you're gonna, like you live in North Dakota, and you need a kit, and you have a 3D printer, go to Metro.com. You know, buy the kit for retail price, you know, and let's say $40.
Okay.
And then you can download and print it yourself. And there again, prices would be different. I don't have to figure that out. That's not my problem. But I saw that as a business model for Metro or Amp or something like that. Because if we're all going to have 3D printers in our living rooms at some point, it would only make sense to just sidestep making
and just get the file.
Well, yeah, you just need the file. And every time you hit print.
I don't know, man. I'm not 100%.
I think that's the way to go. I feel that's, to me, doesn't that sound like a good idea? I mean, not for you being the salesman, but I mean, if it's your customer, you're going to get a piece of it anyways.
Yeah, but you're not getting the whole thing. I mean, at that point, why would I need her?
It's going to be a pay-per-use?
Yeah, it's going to be pay-per-use. So if I want to print one of these, so if I go to print one of these, profit on this is, let's say, $3.
Okay.
Okay? So you're still going to make $3. The difference is...
Yeah, but like you're gonna waste all your time in the 3D printer.
No, time out. Whose time am I wasting?
The 3D printer.
Yeah, but like I said, the future 3D printers will be faster, man. Did you not watch Star Trek?
No, I didn't.
On Star Trek, you hit the button, it's like bottle of whiskey right there. You know.
Nah.
Didn't dreaming right now.
I am totally dreaming, but I feel that would be the future of dash kits. I mean, Ada's doing that now. He just sells you the dash kit.
All right. I hope I put the correct name on the giveaway. Okay, so it's not a giveaway.
Gift.
It's a gift.
It's a gift away.
It's a gift away.
All we're
That's
doing
right.
We're facilitating ARC, giving you a present. We're the go-betweens.
And it is right there.
Whoa.
It is a 212 box. It's hot.
Is there something you'd like to say to Raphael? I'm just kidding.
Hi, Rafael.
Yeah.
He's only been up here one Saturday and he came to yell at me, so it was okay.
Well, because you don't behave yourself.
So
I'm not going to say I don't, but okay.
The lady's waiting for her car?
No. This is... Okay, so...
Yes,
sorry.
I'm waiting for my car.
Sorry. All right, so this is our good friend Marilú, who we met...
5 years ago.
Was it 5 years ago?
5 years ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where were we?
The first Long Beach the first Knowledge Fest in Long Beach.
Yeah, okay, that probably was 5 years
So,
ago.
Knowledge Fest.
So we met her at Knowledge Fest Long Beach, but I'm not going to lie and pretend like I remember that. Really, the first time we got to spend some time with her was in Vegas.
SEMA.
Yeah, so we spent some
SEMA
time.
2019.
Yep, and then again at Knowledge Fest, we hung out.
That's this year, actually.
Yeah, with your crazy friend.
She's not my friend. No, she is my friend.
Bullshit, she's not. Anyways, so Marilú, good friend Jeff's too.
Yeah?
And Ada and all those guys. Anyways,
Yeah.
so she works here now.
And
She
Ken.
moved from. And who?
Can work.
Can work.
Everyone's friend.
Oh,
Anyway.
I'm not special. So
No, you're totally special. Anyways, so she works now for Metra, who's over on the other coast here in Florida. She just likes to stop by and say hi. You guys bought her some Cocoa Puffs, so we're just gonna call her Cocoa Puff from now on. So she's here to pick up her Cocoa Puffs. Is that your truck?
Yeah, it is my truck.
What happened?
She likes to make noise.
Oh, it's special.
Likes to draw attention.
Okay. Yeah. Just like you.
Just like the owner.
Yeah. I was
Just
gonna
like
say.
Miss Coco Puffs.
Yeah. And she was admiring. She somehow managed to walk in and not see the T3 woofer.
Well, because you had to kind of.
How can you not see this?
You were being disrespectful too.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go down to your level right here, and you can barely see what it was on top of it. Okay.
It was. I have to talk to Rockford Forget about you.
Why?
They have to dishonor you from the game. Putting dash. What was it, like a AC controller or something?
It was because we needed. I
I'm
literally.
gonna show them. Now I'm not gonna expose you now.
No, you
What
can-
is it?
Okay,
It's not
so
there.
I don't know where it is.
Where did it go?
I don't know what these
Alright,
guys
so
are
come-
fighting
come-
for.
Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking. So we had something sitting right here. I set it on here so that I could then lift this up to get this thumb drive out of our thumb drive.
Wasn't that
And
disrespectful?
at that moment, you noticed this woofer.
Yeah,
So
because
somehow you had been here this whole time, walked past it, saw the Cocoa Puffs.
that I did.
Yeah, and
I
then
was
Alright,
looking for
so-
Cocoa
totally
Puffs.
missed the subwoofer.
I am a.
There's a giant box right there too.
Yes, I saw that one.
I mean, you could hide in that thing.
But you were hiding this with crap on top of it. Rockford
Can't even
Postgate,
see the top
please
of it.
dishonor this man from.
You kidding me? This is- what I wanted to do was turn it upside down and use it as a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Put some lights on it.
So cool.
Right?
Yeah, let's do that.
No.
What do you mean no?
Well, because I'd have to build bikes for it.
All right.
What are you
So
waiting for?
Christmas.
what is the power rating on that box? I have no idea. Do you know?
The power rating is, I called up Brian and said, hey Brian, we want something for the 12 days of Christmas, and he says, no problem, I'll send you some X2s. So
I think that's gonna be X2s.
yeah, those are X2s.
So
We opened them up yesterday, they're in the video, we don't have the box. So I honestly don't know the power rating. If I was to guess, somewhere between 3 and 600 watts.
it's a lot of power.
It's one on though.
It is a one-on box. It is a one-on box.
They say, yeah, show Dean who's the boss.
Yeah, someone has to say him straight.
That's when I need another angry woman in my life. Great.
Hey, by the way,
Please
Paul
talk about
asking
this.
when the car is gonna be done. That was Christian.
Yeah, exactly. Screw you, Christian.
Oh my god, it's too much funny here.
All right, so this is a question for you.
What?
Are you looking for a friend?
Am I looking for a friend?
It's hard to find a pretty lady in car audio. There you go. All right,
Driver.
I'm thinking about adding a Morel CCWR 254 Y-band tweeter.
Mid-range.
Yes,
Yeah.
for a 4-way active
Oh.
with the Virtus 3 ways. What do you think?
I don't know if that would be necessary. I mean, I think the only reason why you do that is if you're trying to position, like if there's like an audible hole somewhere where you would want to fill in that. You know what I mean? Like if you're like, let's say the mid-range are too low on the dash or something like that, or too
Right.
low on the door, and you feel you want to bring the soundstage up, or yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not saying don't do it, because why not? But I don't. Like, I've looked at the output of those,
Yeah.
and I think it's gonna couple too much with the speaker that's already in there. I don't think you're gonna get any benefit from it.
All right.
I think there's other things you can do that would probably you'd benefit more from.
Yeah.
You know, like better DSP if you don't have one.
Or maybe like change the tune.
What kind of speakers is it? Vertus?
We have some.
Vertus.
Yes, we
Yeah,
have
so,
three-way Vertus.
I think the smarter money would be just say save up and go up to either the Elates, go up to the Elate. I mean, I know it's like whoa, it's a jump, but I mean
That's a big jump, man.
but I feel like going up to the Elates would probably be the better move than trying to do a 4-way set. You're not because I mean at the end of the day.
So you don't do the hybrids? The 3-way hybrids?
Because there's not a big difference between, like, there is a difference between the Elates and the hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm going to, I'm not going to go 1 up. I'm going to go 2 up because I want a substantial difference. I want to be like, you know, God, Jesus, you know, just like the guy the other day, you know, our great customer with the booger. He went from X types.
Mm-hmm.
He had X types. He's had X types in his car now for like 4 years.
And when he said the booger, that was a car, okay? That was not because he had a booger.
The car was a green booger.
Yes.
It's now not a green booger, but we still
it's
call
gone.
The booger's gone, but we still call it the booger.
Yeah.
It's who we know what we're talking about.
Right, that was a crazy green car.
It was a crazy green.
All right,
crap.
another crazy question.
Well, hold on. So he went from the X type up to the X2s. Okay. So he basically doubled the amount of money he spent on his speakers. And when he sat in that car for the first time, he was like, oh. Literally, he went, oh.
Yeah.
So, and that's that he didn't make one jump.
100%. He went all the way, yes.
So,
yeah.
You know, if you're going to do something, that's my thought. That's my take. Go ahead.
Go big or go home. That's it.
Go home.
I just want to go home, to be honest with you. I have it already.
Oh, you have it already?
All right, so another crazy question. Morel Hybrids 603 up front. Morel Hybrids 602 rears.
Yeah.
2 Rockford Power Series 10s. 2021 Honda Civic hatchback. What all to pair it with? Audio control equipment? Question mark.
So basically you need 8 channels. There's a lot of 8-channel DSPs out there that are really nice.
Well, I mean that would be 10 channels, but yes,
well,
yes.
No, you're going to do an 8-channel DSP amp that's going to have the 9th output or 10th output for the subwoofer.
Yes.
So I mean, if you do audio control, it's like they really don't make. That's the one thing. So you'd have to do a DSP and then like a 6-channel, a 2-channel, and a mono block.
Yep.
And it's like that's a lot for that car as far as space goes. Whereas you could do. You could do like an 8-channel DSP amplifier or a 12-channel DSP amplifier. Like I would look at the Helix stuff.
12-channel.
You know, I'd look at the Helix 12-channel.
Yeah.
Because that's going to allow you to. Hold on. You know.
No, I mean.
Well, you know what you could also look at the. You could look at the Moscone.
Well, the Moscone is always going to have the same 12 channels.
Well, no, the Moscone doesn't have 12 channels.
The DSP?
No.
Oh no. Okay, amplifier DSP.
They have an 8-channel. They have an 8-channel Moscone. They have a couple of those now because we have the new 830. But I mean, if you're you're buying those speakers, the 830 is really not out of the ballpark. The 830 Pro 830.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like shit. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Another amp, but they're not shipping yet. Is France one.
Addison?
Oh, boy.
Another would be the new Addison stuff. But
France one.
the 8.9 is so like the Forza 8.9 would be good. We did that in Sajeki's car, but I think the problem, like, you need the new Forza amplifiers, and that amplifier isn't shipping yet.
All right, so this is a good one. Audio intensity in California built that enclosure for those arcs.
Did they?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Audio intensity in California.
Audio intensity in California. All right.
They did a nice job.
I'm gonna do
Yeah, it looks cool.
It does. I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
I like the top. You know, I like the acrylic on the side.
Yeah.
We put new screws in it.
Saludos de California. Natasha recommend I go from the CCWR 254 to the Elates MM3, and she was 100% correct. World difference. I agree with Dean.
Yeah.
There you go. Natasha knows.
Well, Natasha's married to
Yeah.
Casey, so She walked into Casey and said,
Hey, Casey.
Hey, listen, I got this nut job over here that's bugging me all day long. What do I do? And, just tell him to go with this. And then shut the door and go out. I'm joking. You might not be a nut job. You're probably a nut job.
Yeah. France won 2-0.
No.
Yeah, I didn't introduce you guys when we were in
You
Vegas.
didn't.
I
You're
feel
not
terrible.
nice.
All right, well, I'll do it this year.
Yeah.
Oh, you won't be there.
Oh, really?
I forgot you weren't going to be there. My bad.
I see you don't want to make it to Knowledge Fest, do you?
Me? I'll be
You're
there.
getting really close, Dean.
Hey, you should come. You could be the Vanna White for the Metro
there's
product
tools
we're gonna
in
use.
here that I can use.
You should be the Vanna White for Metro Tools, as we're talking about.
Right.
Be like, and so we're going to be using ferrules, and you can hold up the bag of ferrules, with the Metro banner on it.
Hold
Be like,
this.
and everyone be like,
I'll rather be working on a kind and holding Carol.
I'll hold the ferrules then, and you can do the talking. I'll be like,
Now you're talking.
I do that for him all the time when he's doing, I'm over here, and Fernando's going, ondale, arriba, and I'm going.
That is right. That is
So
correct.
your new name is now
It's Spirit Gonzalez. Yeah, pa.
No Lopez.
Spirit Lopez. I mean, why not?
There you go.
I have taught him how to run through an airport.
Hey, dude.
And I'll be like,
I got short legs, but I can.
he can move.
Oh,
I'll be like,
dude.
bro, we're not that late. We're gonna make the plane.
I'm like, let's go.
And then he gets there and he's
That's
worried.
Fernando and Turbo.
Yeah, and then he can't do anything after that because he's
I mean,
spent all his
dude,
energy.
this
He
is
sets on a
insane.
plane.
Yeah, he's not in great shape, is he?
No, he's just his short legs moving a lot. Man, there is nothing inside of this.
Will this live show will be in the after it's done? Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah.
What live?
All the
regular
live shows are gonna be.
Tonight's a normal live show. The only difference is at the beginning we're
Yeah.
going to be.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing.
You can
there.
see the light on the other
there's
side.
Oh, no.
nothing there. No, so the live show tonight will be normal. Within like the first 10 minutes, we're gonna give away the ARC prize, and then it'll be just the normal show after that. So for all you guys, look forward to the normal Saturday show. You'll just have to deal with the giveaway in the beginning, and then we'll get back to the normal
Yeah, just gonna be
Questions
quick.
and answers.
Yes. So trust me, we don't want to. I don't want to ruin the show with that because you guys, I know how you guys are.
All right, so if you're someone just want to have you build a system, just build out a system. What will be good? Email you?
You mean just like design a system?
Yes, kind of.
I mean, yeah, you can do the 5star@gmail.com. Paul does ship, and I will tell you this: if you're interested in
Do your own installation.
doing your own installation, but you're gonna here's the thing.
So what he wants probably just a consultation.
Right, I understand the consultation, but with respect to Paul, who is our actual
Correct.
employer, if we're going to take shop time, which is what we'd have to do because I don't have time outside of here to design something, he does ship. So if we do design a system, it is totally purchasable through him.
Yeah.
And that would be something he would probably... That would allow the system to be us to take the time
To
to
go
do
through,
it. 'Cause
yes.
At the end of the day, we work for him,
Yep.
and just sitting talking to you on the phone for 20 minutes, and then that's 20 minutes out of the day that he's paid me for, and so he gets how just being the owner.
Yes.
She was the owner.
She was the owner.
I'm still the owner.
Oh,
until
she's still the
December
owner.
31st.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And then what?
I still want to open my shop, you know that.
No, but I mean, what's going on?
I'm closing over there,
Oh,
California.
you're gonna close it. Your
Close it in
son
Cali-
just ain't pulling his weight.
No. Children. You know how they are.
No, not at all. No,
Well, no, yours actually
my
helps.
daughter's an angel. She's the
No, but
perfect
she
kid.
actually helps. She
Helps
makes
what?
the shirts, edits the videos.
God.
She's your PR.
She doesn't know PR. PIA. She's a PIA.
PIA.
She's a PIA. She's not PR.
Kaylee, we love you.
Yes.
Don't let your father tell you otherwise.
No. Do you know how hard it is to get her to make these shirts for us, let alone
But
when I
she
was
made
like,
them, and they look amazing.
dude, I pay her already and I have
Well,
to beg
yeah,
her to do
nothing-
shit.
Nothing is
It's
for
for free in this life.
Yeah, I know. I know this.
Sorry
I'm well aware of this.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but
My
nothing in
bubble-
this life is free.
Yeah. Oh, gee, all this time. What was I thinking?
I know. What word were you
Enjoy
reading?
those Cocoa Puffs.
I'm gonna see my notes.
All right, so
Right here.
Yeah.
what is the more efficient setup? A 6-channel amplifier or a 4-channel amplifier and a 2-channel amplifier?
What do you mean the more efficient setup?
I don't know. It's just that's what it says. Efficient setup. Space.
I mean, it really just.
Thank you, Jeremy. I love Cocoa Puffs.
Jeremy, there you go. Jeremy.
I think it just depends what you're trying to achieve.
Space.
Space.
Probably.
Well, okay. I mean, there again. All right. Let's. All right.
I was very comfortable. I don't want to walk.
No, you don't have to move. I was coming back to you.
Nah, you ready to move?
Okay. Let's talk about space. The final frontier. These are the boys. Oh, sorry. All right. So space-wise, this is an 8-channel amplifier. Okay. So this one is what, 8x40?
35.
Yeah. So 40, 35. All right. So here's a double-din radio. Okay.
Put it on the side.
Yeah.
This is the fun.
Yeah. There's an iPhone 13 Max Pro.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an 8-channel DSP amplifier. It's 9 channels of DSP. It draws 30 amps of current. It's bridgeable, so that you can take it out to any configuration of doubling that power you want to do. All right, and then an amplifier that is double the power of that amplifier, meaning it's exactly double the amount of power, is this guy. This is the F 8.9. So, it's a tad bit bigger. All right, draws double the amount of power. So this is a 30 amp draw. This is a 60 amp draw. The really cool thing about both these amplifiers, you can actually adjust the current consumption on the amplifier in the software.
What are you talking about?
Well, so if you're going to put this in, let's say, a BMW, and the factory power wires already ran, you can put this in low power mode, and it won't draw the 30. It allows you to use that existing factory power wire. So it's really a cool feature.
Very efficient.
And they make, and also for this guy here, they make a 1,000-watt monoblock that's the exact same size.
Yeah.
Exact same size. They make a 500-watt that's the exact same size of this. So you can get big power and lots of stuff as far as processing and whatnot in a small shell. Like this is what we put in Sajeki's car.
Yeah.
Which was the Porsche that we just did a couple weeks ago. And he went with the Elate Carbon 9-inch in the front door, ran off of channels 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we bridged the four channels on the back end. And then he had the Elate Carbon mid-range that went in the door, ran off of channels 3 and 4. And then the Elate Tweeter was off of 1 and 2. Tons of power. And then for a sub-amp, we went with a Rockford 750.1 Micro T 750.1, the little guy that's smaller than these. So, there's amazing little things that you can get that, and then there's the opposite side of this where you can get an amplifier that, like, these two amplifiers could fit inside of, that's like 7,000 watts by 4.
Yeah. All right, so, yeah, he was talking about that, size, space, and everything. And, of course, if they get hot. Right?
Well, we bury these underneath the seats all the time.
Yeah.
And the thing is
the amplifier is gonna get hot.
Well, that's why it's called a heatsink.
Yes. That's regardless of that, and
they're made to dissipate their heat. The idea when designing an amplifier, one of the most important things is designing a heatsink that can dissipate the heat generated by the amplifier. Sometimes you can cheat the system a little bit, and sometimes you can't. When you look at like the Mini T Rockfords, they have fans in the side of them because they're cheating the system. The heat sinks are too small for the amplifiers, so they add the fans to them, and that solves the problem. The downside to it is that sometimes if you put it underneath the seat and you're playing it at low volumes and you just got done playing at high volumes, you're gonna hear from underneath the seat, and you're like, it's not me.
All right, so Christian has that foresight, and he just raised a little bit the amplifier and perfectly fine.
Yeah, we bury, like I said, we bury them underneath the seats all the time. And we stack the 1000, put the sub amp on top, the 4-channel on the bottom. No issues. but we live in Florida, so it doesn't really get that hot here.
I love my APF 8.9 vet.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the new Forza software.
Oh, forget that. I'm a new fan of the new Forza software.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take the new stuff.
Yeah,
We'll keep the old stuff.
that's really cool, man.
Yeah,
Like
new stuff's way more fun.
what it's capable of doing,
Yeah.
you know, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But I mean, everybody's different.
Everybody is.
You know, that's when we say which one is the best DSP and the most that actually makes sense for you. That's the one that is gonna be the best.
Man, people hate change.
Yeah,
I don't
You
hate.
can say that again.
People hate change.
Just play with it for a bit longer. Give it a chance.
No. Screw it. Get out. Get out of my house.
No.
Bitch.
No.
No.
Okay. What happened with those training videos I sent you? You didn't watch them, did you?
HR. No, they're on my list of things to do. I've been busy all week. You know, I had to do that
Yeah,
top 12
yeah.
video thing.
Did
know,
you
the whole-
finish finally?
I finished it last night at 2 in the morning. So,
Slacker.
yeah.
Yeah, no
it's like,
kidding.
you want to watch it? We can watch it when we're done.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll let you watch it.
I told you I was gonna hold that camera, but you didn't want me to hear. It's like, okay, whatever.
Shut up.
I know.
All right, so big question right here.
Yeah.
Optical or RCA?
Optical.
Optical or RCA? Which do you
what?
choose if
Alright.
you have the option of both?
All right, if I have the option of both, if I'm going with, let's say, an aftermarket head unit, okay, and it has a badass DAC in it, like a lot of them do, I'm going to go with RCA, okay, because I'm going to get more signal. The DAC that's built into this is probably better. The key to all of this is, where is the better DAC? Plain and simple. Where is the better conversion being done? In the DSP or in the radio?
Correct.
Okay. So if the DSP has the better DAC, so like if you're using an Amp Pro, 100%, if you can go Toslink and you're not worried about chime control, because that's a big thing.
Fader.
Yeah.
Or fader, because Toslink
Toslink. Oh, you
No
said it
H.
wrong now.
is a left and right only. And when you take it into a factory system, if there's backup sensors that go,
not gonna work.
it's gone. It's going to be left sensors, right sensors.
They do have instructions for that.
Yes.
There's a setting or something to retain those sensors and not don't be too loud, no?
No, it's not the volume. It's the location. So you can control the volume of them 100%,
Right.
but you can't control the location because it's gone. So, and their software, your DSP would have to have like CAN bus built into
Right.
it, reader, that could direct where the sensors are supposed to go, and you have to program that. Nobody does that yet.
Right.
So what you're looking at is the sensor. If you have backup sensors that come out of the rear speakers, they're now just going to come out of the left side or the right side. They're not going to come out of left, right, front, rear. So you're going to lose the,
The thing.
Dominus
full
batteries.
trace thing. That's all gone. So there's always a trade-off. I've said this a million times, and I'll say it a million more. There's always a trade-off in audio. You have to figure out what is the best trade-off for you and go with that. But like I said, if you're doing an Amp Pro and you're not worried about sensors, Toslink, 100%, that's the better move.
Left and right. Yeah.
Left and right audio. We just did
Fader.
the Durango this week.
Yep.
Into the VXI.
Mhm.
So definitely VXI has better conversion than an Amp Pro. And so Toslink out of that. Now keep in mind though, with the Toslink, it does add a certain amount of excitement because you have to be careful running that cable.
Yes.
It's not like an RCA where you can just like, hey man, 90 degrees. No, you have to pay attention to how you run it. And honestly, it's probably the most stressful part of the install is running that stupid cable.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah.
And they only make them in like 15 and 20 foot. They haven't figured out the 17, 18 footer yet. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. So,
You know, that would be cool, and I probably this is stupid, but if you can actually make your own ends,
oh, you probably can.
you know,
But
like
we couldn't find
create.
the tool. Hey, if anybody out there does home audio or anything like that and knows of a Toslink tester, meaning there's tons of fiber optic light testers that you can put a light at one end and a reader at the other, but none that are specifically designed for Toslink ends. They're all like a digital end for like a rack computer servers and stuff like that. We're looking for the tool for toslink testing, meaning light at the end and I can read. So the idea is that when I run it through a car, I want to have and put the test light or the light generation source at the input and then behind the radio and test to make sure that I haven't, what my loss is with my bends so that I can get the most optimum, I can go back in the car and fix it. And I've got the guy who is the guy that should know this stuff looking for me, and he still hasn't found it. So if anybody knows of a toslink tester out there, not something that you can just plug in and do audio with, we've got that, we do it, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want a tool that will say, this is how many lumens of light are coming out of here. If you put it up to your skin, you could attain it.
So, mix match system. What do you think? Morel speakers, Rockford subs, and amplifiers.
Yeah, why not? We did, that was Sajeki's car.
Yeah.
Sajeki's Ram that we did, because Rockford still makes Power Series AB class amplifiers.
Yeah, that's what he was. That's what he's talking about.
So we went with all Morel speakers, all Rockford Power Series AB class amplifiers, and then Rockford T Series woofers, I believe. He kept changing them, so I don't remember. But it was a pain in the ass because those amplifiers were gigantic. But yeah, no, we do it all the time. Keep in mind though, Morel has the 45th anniversary AB class amplifiers.
Yeah, MP.
They're super sexy.
Yeah. Talking about Morel, I have $1,000 to spend for the front stage. Which model from Morel components would you recommend?
You could get into the hybrids.
Really?
Yeah, because the hybrids run about $800 for a set of 6.9 tweeter components, I think. I mean, I would check. I don't know.
I don't think they are like
I think the Elates,
800.
I think they're about 7 something.
Okay, there you go. So
but again, I don't know. I'm not the money guy. I mean, swing for the
oh,
fence.
excuse me.
See,
You're not the money guy.
Swing
Whatever.
for the fence. See how much the Elates are. But,
Oh,
I mean,
did I told you that I just find $100 yesterday, just laying around there? Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember
Whatever.
after that either. So.
All right, so if you want to see
It's
all the
almost a nuisance
speakers,
at that point.
check morelhifi.com. You can find
If you want
all.
to do price shopping, Crutchfield is a good place to go for prices on.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Dean.
And then call Paul and he'll ship them to you.
Yeah, exactly. Do you ever install an 8-track aftermarket?
No, I've taken them out.
If you know, when and what car?
No, I took them out.
From what car?
I took one out of a what's the logo?
Pontiac.
It's like an oval with the cross in the middle. It's like Oldsmobile or Buick or one of those.
Cross something?
No, it's not a Crossfire. Relax.
No, the car.
The car.
Oh.
I want to say it's like an Oldsmobile. It's got to be Oldsmobile. Like an old Cutlass. Like an old split window Cutlass or...
That was like a circle and then like a lines like this?
No.
No?
This is the...
It's a Cutlass.
Yeah, I think it was a Cutlass. I think it was like an old 70s Cutlass.
Oh, that's
big
old.
gas
Yeah.
guzzling.
Why would
Dude.
they want that though?
Huh?
Why would they want it? The
I want,
8-track.
dude. So when
No,
I-
the 8-track.
I
No,
took
they
out-
just
I took
wanna
out the
know.
8-track and I wanted to keep it. I was like, you want this back? He said, yeah. I was like, damn it.
That was just a random question
Oh, okay.
about 8-track. That's it. Nothing crazy.
So
Slow down, guys,
when I
okay?
excited.
When
It's
I
like-
when I bought my Dodge Omni back all that time ago, it had an AM radio in it, and then underneath the dash, it had an FM add-on piece for it to get FM. And I took them both out and put a Walkman in it.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
I have a DMA 10.
All right.
DMA 10 and keeps losing connection and glitching.
When's the last
They-
time you did a software update?
The unit has been updated. Any ideas?
It has a 3-year warranty. If you're having that many problems with it, where you're just glitching and whatnot, it's not...
Cable. I would check my cable
Well,
too.
naturally, if you're still using the blue cable it comes with, get a new cable. 'Cause
Yeah.
those cables are only
Sometimes
good for
like
about-
that micro USB. I hate. I'm
it.
sorry.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah.
Every time you plug it in, sometimes it's kind of like bend.
Well, the
and
thing
it's-
is like when their blue USB that we use, that we get about 5 cars out of them, and we have to throw them away.
This guy is like, when do we have time to write the name for the giveaway?
I mean, I know it's like right now. Go to your email, open it up, type in D and F Christmas at yahoo.com, and write A, B, C, or D.
A, B, C, or D. Subject.
And I can tell you, ARC, and I can tell you it wasn't D.
See your SEMA Live always thought the Bose audio was low end. What are your thoughts?
Boss?
Yes. Since they have a 14-inch screen. Fail. Really?
Well, their prototype wasn't working correctly, right? But it was a prototype.
Yeah, it was a prototype. I mean,
That's
that's
the
the thing.
I mean, it's normally, yeah.
Right.
Well, okay, so here's the thing.
To be fair to the brand, I mean.
Well,
it
okay,
was a
so
prototype.
regardless of what I think, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, sure, whatever. But my point is that, like, at the show, who wasn't there? Kenwood, JVC, Pioneer, Sony was there.
Sony was there,
Alpine
yeah.
was not there. So Nakamichi, Boss, who else was there that was a radio manufacturer? I think it was it.
Yeah.
And so, when you look at, like, it's no different than when you're comparing anything, like you say, first tier this, second tier that, third tier that. And you have first tier radio manufacturers, which are your brands that, like Alpine. Alpine has been around forever. Kenwood, JVC, Sony, Pioneer. These are all first tier brands. And then you have your second tier brands. And the only thing that separates your first tier brands from your second tier brands is usually time in the industry. How long have they been making products? Because I can guarantee you, when first tier brands first came out, they weren't hitting the fence every time they were swinging at bat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The problem is now, like Jensen was a big deal back in the 70s.
It was?
Is not, yeah, it was. Believe it or not, Jensen is a big deal anymore.
Even in the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s, Jensen still was a big deal.
Yeah, people come in and still ask for it.
Yeah.
You got those Jensen Triaxes? Let me
Really?
introduce you to JBL. Anyways, so companies like Boss, Nakamichi, what's the other one I'm looking for? There's no, I can't think. Anyways, those guys now, Dual. Yes, thank you. Those guys
There you
now
go, look at that.
are technically third tier brands. Okay, but they're putting effort into an industry that some of these first tier brands aren't putting the effort into anymore. So, giving them time, like when you're my age, you might be like, oh, check out Boss, this, that, and the other, and it's going to have amazing shit in it, and then these other guys, they might have fell by the wayside because they just didn't keep up. They thought that their name, like Jensen at the time, thought their name would just carry them.
Right.
If you look at like Alpine over the last 20 years, that brand has been the top of the world, the bottom of the world, and then somewhere in the middle. Okay, and they've let that happen to themselves.
Right.
And they keep trying to reinvent themselves and like come back and do things. And like right now they have Status and F1, and it's like, oh, that's amazing. And it's like, so who knows? Who knows what the future holds for those companies? They come out with some cool stuff. And there again, with those guys, it's like they are $100 away from being the baddest bitch on the block a lot of the times. Like $100 worth of more R&D expense into that. Like I could see going to one of those companies and go, listen, what would it take to put 8 channels of RCA output on the back of your radio? Because if you think about it, it's like some guy asked the other day, how soon do you think till DSP radios? Like, they're already in Japan. They're already in Asia. They exist. Here they don't. Companies like those could swing for I could see Nakamichi swinging for the fence on that one and doing like a 13-inch with 8 channels of output, 6, 12, 18, 24 dB Linkwix Riley crossover, band passes on 4 of the channels. Like, I could see them doing that. And everyone go, well, there we go. Why? What do they have to lose? Nothing.
No, I mean, Sony right now has the 9500.
9500 doesn't do any of that.
No, but like it has crossover.
But there again, that's those companies. Those first tier companies will go.
Yeah, but like how much money you gonna pay?
But that's my point.
Like,
when you look at but those companies are not willing to take a chance. They're not willing to lose money. Okay, Nakamichi, all those third tier companies, they're like, what do we got to lose? What do we got to lose?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
When you look at Boss,
well, they're trying to catch up with the big ones.
We were talking to Boss, the guy who, the guy who owns the company was like, let me tell you what we got coming out. We got a 17-in dash coming. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
what else? You know, and it's like, and the Nakamichi guys were like, check this out. Boom, pulled the thing out of the board, held it in his hand, and goes click, puts it back in, and it turns right on.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow. Go over to those guys' booths and go, hey man, pull that thing off the board.
Yeah.
I'll probably be like, you got a screwdriver in a half hour? You know?
Yeah, I mean,
So,
no.
I mean, but that there again, I don't know when they're gonna be, but to me, you gotta look at those companies because they're willing to take some of the chances and risks that
They're
the
risk
bigger guys
takers.
aren't. And if the big guys aren't careful, those guys are gonna pass them, and it's gonna be they're just not gonna look back.
I don't know, man.
Hey, that's what happens.
Hey,
That's what
so
happens.
so for example,
Hey, Morocco. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
No.
Don't say Morocco.
So everybody was asking, oh my God, why
Really?
we don't have the best screen on radios, right?
Because people aren't willing to pay the price.
There you go.
Right,
So
but-
we have the
okay.
Kenwood. And then the Kenwood is like, okay, right now it has one of the best screens on the market. How much is it? Not everybody wants to pay that money.
No. I'm fine with that. I'm not worried. Listen, if we're only worried about spending $350, we're never going to evolve into anything else.
But that's
if
what
all we're wanting is a
Yeah.
20. Listen, if Little Caesars, if
There you go.
everyone bought Little Caesars pizza, which don't get me wrong, I can do me a Little Caesars pizza at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night if I'm hungry. I have no problem. Crazy Bread will set it off. But my point is if everyone would only eat a $5 pizza, I wouldn't. I mean, Jesus Christ, we spend $50 to order pizza. Don't even go there. Okay, but my point is that not if Nakamichi came out with an $800 radio or let's say $1,200 radio, and it had every single feature we were looking for in it, somebody is going to buy it.
Of course.
But there again, that's why I said they're like $100 away from better operating system, bigger processor, cleaner input stage, you know, all the things that supposedly these guys do. They could do that.
You know who I think will come out with that, like first?
Yeah, who?
The Tesla radios.
Oh, like Lynx will?
Lynxwell and all these guys. Why?
See, and those guys, and there again, those guys are the same way. They're $100. Dude, if they would put a better preamp section and do about 2 weeks more validation on that thing, like, why would you not buy it?
Right.
No, they haven't figured out, like, hey man, it's called a preamp section. Put it in there. Oh, but it can control your air conditioner. Yeah, but it sounds like crap.
Right.
You know? I don't understand.
All right, and the discussion is over.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. Marilú,
Yeah.
Yes.
when are the new Metra RAM dash kits are releasing?
Next year. My guess, and this is just a guess, probably at the end of the first quarter, so sometime in March, April. They're still in
Still in
production.
beta?
Yeah. Well, I don't know that they're in beta, but they're still
Oh,
in
they're
production.
still being the
Well,
plastic.
remember,
Yeah.
well, remember, there's still a lot of things that are
We don't.
not coming overseas. There's
Yeah.
strikes here, strikes there.
Well, then they
that
have
are-
the zero COVID policies.
Yeah,
in
so
China,
that delays the stuff even more. It's
Yeah.
not a matter of if you don't get everything that you need to make them,
Yeah.
that's not on our hands necessarily. But I know the estimate is probably the end of March.
All right, so Robert is the guy that we did for of the Durango.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I hope I didn't stress you out too much with the Toslink.
Oh no, not at all.
Don't lie.
I'm joking. You kidding me? I'm totally lying.
Yeah. No, it was fun, man. It was really fun. Not really. It was.
Well, you know, because it's like you're like it's gotta work. It's gotta work.
If anything, he's just getting more experience. Come on, guys.
No,
throw it
no.
at
It's,
him.
oh yeah, that's
Handle
right.
it.
I need more experience. Yeah, I need more experience.
All right, so Dean,
Yeah,
if I use an optical to RCA converter,
yeah.
can I go into an epicenter, then RCA to optical back to the JLVXI?
Okay, technically yes, you could. The problem you're gonna run into is delay. Okay, so the timing is gonna be off. Because you got to remember, every time you go through a DAC, you're messing up the timing. So your clock speed is going to be totally off. So when the best bet is to go with an external sub amp. Just like in the Durango, we had the VXI 8.8 and the VXI 6.2, and then the 1500.1. And so we bought the conjoining or he bought, I should say, the bridging module that bridges the amplifiers together, so that it's a bus you can connect to like 4 VXI amplifiers. Then you can switch between them in the software.
Audio systems in the house.
What's up, Junior? And the
Jack.
Or yeah, him, that guy.
Or the boss, whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, so
Oscar.
You open one piece of software and then you can A/B between the 2 amplifiers. But the cool thing about that, and it has what I thought was neat about the way JBL does it, which is actually a throwback to how Q-class kicker amplifiers work, because it's more or less the same idea. Their amplifier, Q-class amplifiers from 6 years ago or 10 years ago now, whatever it was. VXI works the same way as far as how they look at 2 DSP amplifiers. You have a box, you plug them into this box, and then you can switch between the 2 amplifiers. You can't open both DSPs up at the same time, which is still a headache, but at least all you do is click on it, it opens that one. So you can go through them pretty quick. So it was like, all right, I've done enough Q-class that way, so it was like, yeah, it's no big deal. But back to the epicenter question. So the nice thing about him picking Toslink is we didn't have to use the printer cable on the VXI, that giant. We came out of the 600.2 for the sub-amp because it was Toslink input. The VXI box, you put one Toslink into it, and then it takes and splits off to up to 4 amplifiers Toslink out. So, and because Toslink is just left and right, not front, rear, sub, or anything like that, we could tell the 600.2 that, hey, this output is sub, and it doesn't matter because it doesn't care. It's just a left and right signal, and there's no crossovers or anything like that. So we only had to plug in the cable for the 600.2, which is way prettier than the big one.
Yeah.
So we went out of the 6.2 into the epicenter, out of the epicenter into the amplifier. So.
All right.
But okay, so the only other thing you do is if you go into, that would just be dumb. It would just be bad. Because I was gonna say, like, if you follow audio control's instructions, if you Toslink into RCA into the epicenter, out of the RCAs into the Toslink, out of the Toslink into the input of the amplifier, so you're doing the epicenter before the amplifier, to me, that just sounds like disaster.
It's a lot of connections, man.
Too many chances for failure, and just I would never do that.
All right.
I think you'd lose the benefit of having the Toslink at that point.
All right, and you crystal ball that you have.
Would you be better off not using the
At that point, I just wouldn't use Toslink.
Yeah, just RCAs.
That's right.
Or I would go Toslink in and then have an external sub-amp. All right, my crystal ball.
And your crystal ball that you have, your number 1 draft pick for the company that's gonna blow people's mind in the next 2 years.
Ooh. Oh. All right, hold on.
He knows something.
No.
Oh, he did.
I know things, but I don't know those kind of things. Because you got to remember, most of the companies you talk to, I go with frustrated. Now, there again, I've always been like, you're $100 away from the best product ever.
Right.
Oh, we're not gonna do that.
All right, so we have a follower right here. V13 Audio says it's gonna be audio control for sure. I can't reveal details, but they will be a shocker.
I mean, we probably know more than you do. I know we know more than you.
And maybe he's the one that is designing this.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll be the only way. The only way you know more.
Anyway, so yeah.
We got pictures.
Oh, I know you can know more.
But, okay, so okay. Audio control is a good pull.
But I don't think that's it.
But I don't think that's it. And the reason why I don't think
agree.
that's it is because, listen, we know the future of audio control is like, amp has a path for them, and they're going to go down that path. Is that path going to blow people away? I don't know. Is it going to be like, yeah, it's going to be cool. There's no doubt about it, and I'm excited for it. But I'm also looking at, like, you look at Audison, and Audison's like with their whole new Forza line.
The Forza line is super cool.
Even though we know what it is, they've introduced it. It hasn't hit the market yet.
Right. No, well, not everybody knows.
But they're overseas.
Right, because
overseas.
No, well, but there again, it's like we have a handful of these, we have a handful of those, and we got a lot of 5 channels.
Yes.
Okay, so it hasn't, and we don't have any companion amplifiers yet. So the concept there of amplifier, companion amplifier is a neat concept. Like, I'm like, ooh, damn, that was really smart, because I always, when I look at like the VXI stuff, I go, that's the problem. Like, there's no reason why that can't be a 12-channel DSP, 8-channel amplifier. Okay, that I can just buy a companion 6-channel amp for, or a 600-watt amp for. And that's what Audison is doing. Is like, here's a 5-channel amplifier that has 9 or 10 channels of DSP, and then you can bridge it, and you can buy companion amplifiers. It's like, oh shit. So it now it's like, I can buy this amp. I can.
Oh, you go crazy with that.
You go crazy with that. But I also go, okay, so that I think is going to be neat. But
I think it was one of the coolest things.
Another manufacturer 5 minutes to copy.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll literally take another manufacturer 5 minutes to copy.
Yeah.
So, finding that next company that's going to be like, ooh, and then, so, I mean, look at Moscone. So Moscone introduced the 430, which is like one of the, in my opinion, the baddest AV class amplifier, because it's an A/AV class amplifier with, we're not going to call it slide technology, but since Nick said slide, we're going to call it slide technology, where it slides from A to B. And I'm just going to steal that. And so, and then we have the new 830 DSP amplifier coming out. But to me, those are sound quality mind blowers, but they're not like, oh my god, it's just like, because the pro amps were already like, oh man, those are badass. So it's not like anyone's going to go, oh, they're even more badass, because it's like when you're at the top, you're at the top. So
you're the badass. That's it.
Right. So
my bet is still with Addison.
Okay, so I think it's going to be a company that doesn't necessarily come out with any technology, but comes out and does what Audio Control did when Chris Bennett went to work there. Because if you think about it, when Chris Bennett went to work there, he took his direction and focus was like, hey, let's take this company that makes LC7Is and LC2Is, and let's go big. And if you think about it, I mean, they didn't have a ton of product for as big as their impact became. It was like, we have a monoblock, and we have a 4-channel, and then we have another monoblock, and then we have a 6-channel, and then we have a 5-channel, and we have them with DSP, without DSP. It's not a huge footprint, but it was captivating, and people were like, holy crap. So I look for somebody to try to copy that, to be the next guy. So right now, if I was to just throw a name out there, Museway is a company that I think is standing in the U.S. market. I think Museway is one of those companies that's like, there's the line, and they're like,
they've been pushing them.
They're about 3 moves from being like, everyone going, bro, you got the new Museway? And I only say this because this past week I've had 5 people reach out to me about Museway, and me go, you need to go talk to Norton. Go talk to
Joseph.
Go talk. I call him Edward, but you should go, only because of the movie. But you should go talk to Joseph Norton, because he works there now, and ask him these questions, because that's his job. So yeah,
they're doing great things.
I think that's one of those companies. And there again, I don't know, and I can only report what's in my wheelhouse. So like, there's a ton of like the SPL stuff and like the JPs and all that type of stuff, and like Sundown being bought by the battery guys, and like there's all that could be the thing. But I don't know, because that's not my wheelhouse per se, because that's a big deal too. Excess Power and Sundown merging, man, we could see something really cool there. That could be it. That could be like, we could get some. He could, crazy thought, he could actually go mainstream with it and kind of pull back from the loudspeakers. He could do a kicker. He could do a reverse kicker. Where kicker is mainstream, but is throwing their foot over there in the regular world. You might see that happen with Sundown, where they're just like, you know what, our mainstream is the SPL world, but if Kicker can come into our world, we're gonna go into their world.
Yeah.
So, you know, in 3 years, who knows? They might be like, dude, check out the new Sundown, you know, micro Q amplifier, you know, SQ amplifier. And it's like, holy shit, you know, with like badass DSP with auto settings and all this other crazy shit.
His
you
way
know?
is definitely.
I'm just saying, I don't see it either, but it's a possibility.
That's like, okay, no. All right, slow down, man. Come on, no.
And here's the funny thing: the guy at Access Power is going, oh, shit, that's a great idea. yeah, rewind that.
All right, so I think DS18 for sure. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you.
They come out with 2 new products every week, man. So.
Genesis, there you go. Why not? Hi from Brazil.
Genesis.
Yeah, exactly.
The car.
I'm serious. I never heard it.
Yeah. It's an old brand from back in the day.
All right, so we've been live for so long.
Yeah,
so
all
right, guys, let's wrap this up.
We gotta get this cheap in this radio.
Oh yeah, it's waiting.
It's waiting. However that works. Hey, listen tonight, guys. Make sure you tune in at 6 o'clock. We're gonna draw the winner for today. The first day of the 12 days of Christmas starts today. One lucky guy, girl, person, place, or thing is going to get gifted to them 2x2 with this beautiful handcrafted box, 1 ohm, 2 12s. If you don't know what we're talking about, either head over to the 5-star YouTube channel, 5-star Facebook page, or right here on Instagram, and the instructions are there. It would be easier just to go to the YouTube channel and watch the quick video we did explaining how to enter this. You answer some questions. You're gonna email
You
us
pick the question. We give you the answers. You just pick the
It's multiple choice, man.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, no
So
problem.
it's really simple. Head over there, do that, and we're gonna draw the winner tonight.
All right.
We'll be doing this again on Monday. 12 days of Christmas, full effect. See ya.
Bye.